I'm your English teacher, Monika. So let's start with the class. What we are going to do today in the class? We are going to do a story. So just open up your books and take out the story, King Shivi and two birds. What is the story about? It's the story about a king and two birds. Chaliye. So assistant teachers, just help them so that just they can take out their books and then they will read each paragraph one by one after listening to the story. King Shivi was famous all over the world and in the heaven for his kindness and good governance. King Shivi was a very famous king. Fine. So he was very famous in heaven and on earth. He made sure that every being in his kingdom got justice and lived in peace. He was very sure that every person in his kingdom should have justice, and they should live happily. One day Shivi saw in his garden a wounded pigeon, flapping its wings in a desperate effort to fly. Now one day what happened? One day King Shivi was going around his garden and what did he saw? He saw a bird flapping there and he was wounded. Okay. The king lifted the bird from the ground and wrapped it in his shawl to comfort it. What did King Shivi did? He picked up the bird and he wrapped him in a shawl. उसको एक कपड़े में उसने लपेट लिया जो घायल bird उन्हें मिला था. The next moment he saw a fierce falcon landing on the parapet. अब क्या हुआ? उसने देखा कि एक falcon जो होता है, falcon एक bird होता है, वो भी वहां पर आके नीचे गिरा. Shivi at once realized how the pigeon was wounded and why it looked so frightened. अच्छा, वहां falcon आके जैसे ही नीचे बैठा wall पे और Shivi जो था वो सोचने लग गया कि ये क्यों wounded है. The falcon spoke in a human voice. अब क्या हुआ? एक मैजिक हुआ. What was it? Falcon ने human voice में बात की King Shivi से. How can it be possible? है ना? एक bird तो ची 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 करेगा या कोई और वो उसकी आवाज होती है, ठीक है? लेकिन उसने किस आवाज में बात की? एक इंसान की आवाज में बात की. O king, you are known as a kind ruler, living for the well-being of your subjects. कहता है, O king, आप जो हैं बहुत अच्छे किंग हैं. But today you are being cruel to me. आज आप मेरे साथ cruel हैं. I saw you guarding the pigeon, which was my prey. Why do you snatch my food from me? वो कहते हैं ये जो pigeon था ना, ये मेरा food था. Why did you snatch it from me? Shivi replied, O king of birds, this poor pigeon is hurt and tired. It came to my refuge, trusting that I would save its life. Now what did King Shivi said? King Shivi said, this pigeon was wounded, this pigeon was tired, so he came to my refuge. I saved him, I saved his life. Just as you do not want to die of hunger, this little bird does not want to be eaten by a predator. कहते जैसे आप नहीं चाहते कि आप भूख से मर जाएं, वैसे ही ये बर्ड भी नहीं चाहता कि इसे आप जैसा कोई बर्ड खा जाए. प्रीडेटर होता है जो एनिमल्स को खाता है. प्लीज टेल मी इन रिटर्न फॉर दिस पिजन्स लाइफ what other food I can offer you. Now the king says, if I am not giving you this pigeon, what else you want to eat? I will offer you that. आप क्या खाना चाहते हैं? जो खाना चाहेंगे मैं आपको दूंगा. The falcon said, food is the first choice of every living thing. Without food we all die. कहते हैं सबसे important चीज falcon कहता है is the food. Without food we can't live. If I die, my little children that have just hatched will not survive either. कहता है if I will die, then what will happen to my little children who have just come out of the egg? Please decide if it is right to save one life at the cost of many lives. कहते हैं you have to decide king कि to save one life you will see that how the other people are going to suffer. To protect this pigeon, you are letting my whole family die. Is this justice? Falcon, what does the falcon say? He said कि just to save this pigeon, my family is going to die. Family मेरी मर जाएगी. तो क्या ये justice है? सिर्फ एक पिजन को बचाने के पीछे, हाँ? This question from the falcon put Shibi in a dilemma. Now what happened? The king Shibi got confused. He was so much confused that it was very difficult, like to choose which bird, either the pigeon or the falcon. Now what happened? He thought for a while and said, "It is one's supreme duty to protect someone in danger." Now King Shibi thought very carefully. Then what he said? सोचने के बाद उन्होंने कहा कि it is one's supreme duty to protect someone in danger. हमें किसी को भी बचाना चाहिए जो खतरे में होते हैं. A king cannot get away from his duties even if everyone else does. I can give you my whole kingdom if you promise not to harm the pigeon. Now what a beautiful thing the king said. कहते किंग का काम जो होता है वो बचाना होता है. अगर वो बचाएगा नहीं तो कैसे होगा? तो कहता है अगर आप कहो तो मैं अपना पूरा किंगडम आपको दे दूंगा, लेकिन आप इस पिजन को हार्म नहीं करिए. You don't harm this pigeon, I'll give you my kingdom. पूरा राजपाट दे दूंगा. This is no solution to my problem, persisted the argumentative falcon. जो बहुत बोलने वाला falcon था ना, कहता है oh this is not a solution. ये कोई हल नहीं निकला मेरी प्रॉब्लम का. I am a carnivorous bird. अब क्या होता है carnivorous? वो कहता है मैं carnivorous bird हूँ. Carnivorous, herbivorous, ये you must have read that in your science subject, isn't it? Carnivorous वो animals होते हैं जो मीट खाते हैं, ठीक है? जो मीट खाने वाले लोग होते हैं, animals होते हैं, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Carnivorous. और herbivorous कौन होते हैं? The ones who eat plants. और carnivorous bird. Now he says, I am a carnivorous bird क्योंकि I eat meat. To give me food, you will anyway have to kill another creature. और मेरे को फूड देने के लिए you will always have to kill a creature. किसी को आपको kill करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मैं मीट खाता हूँ. Does it then make any difference? कहते क्या इससे कोई फर्क पड़ेगा? Consider this solution. Please give me some flesh from your body equal to the weight of the pigeon. Now what he said? He said, give me a flesh from your body according to the weight of the pigeon. कहते हैं इस pigeon का weight करिए king, और जितना weight इस pigeon का है उतना ही आप अपने body में से मुझे flesh निकाल के दे दीजिए. How well this falcon argues, thought Shibi. It has an accurate sense of right and wrong. वो King Shibi जो थे, he was shocked what he is going to say. Shibi at once ordered a balance to be brought. In one of its dishes he placed the pigeon. He then cut a chunk of flesh from his thigh with a sword and put it in the other dish. Now what did the king did? He brought a balance. तराजू होता है ना, उसको बैलेंस बोलते हैं. एक तरफ उसने क्या किया? एक तरफ प्लेट में रख दिया पिजन को. And what he did on the other side? He kept a piece of flesh. He took a piece of flesh from where? His laps. टांग के जो ऊपर का हिस्सा होता है ना, यहाँ से लैप में से उसने स्वॉर्ड से एक पीस काट लिया और वो मांस का टुकड़ा अपना काट के दूसरी प्लेट में रख लिया. ओके. The pigeon's dish hung low. अभी भी जो pigeon था वो heavy था. वो वाली dish जो थी वो नीचे थी और flesh वाली अभी भी ऊपर थी. Shibi now cut a larger chunk of flesh and placed it in the dish. Now what did the Shibi did? King has cut again a large piece of flesh from his body and kept it in the dish. The pigeon still outweighed the flesh. Again, the pigeon was still so heavy that it outweighed the flesh. अभी भी वो भारी था और flesh कम. Shibi kept carving his body until there was barely any flesh left around his bones. King ने क्या किया? King अपनी body से skin मांस काट के रखता गया जब तक उसकी body पे मांस रह ही नहीं गया, हड्डियां दिखने लगी. The balance was still heavier on the pigeon side. Finally, Shibi himself mounted the dish, hoping to equal the weight of the bird. Now what happened? Still the pigeon's dish was heavy. So finally what King did? He said कि I'll completely sit over here to weight according to the weight of the bird. Suddenly divine music filled the air and the heaven showered flowers on Shivi. Suddenly what happens? A music very, divine, very music related to the gods and all, it started playing. And flowers started showering on King Shivi. Flowers गिरने लग गए. ठीक है? The falcon and the pigeon disappeared, and in their places stood Indra, the king of gods, and Agni, the god of fire. क्या हुआ? दोनों birds उड़ गए, दोनों birds नहीं थे, और उनकी जगह who came? The king of god, Indra and Agni. Indra said, Shivi, Agni and I came down from the heaven to test you. Indra god ने क्या कहा कि I and Agni came here to have a test on you. You have proved that you are far greater than people think. कहते आप तो बहुत महान हैं, जो लोग सोचते हैं उससे भी ज़्यादा. You will have a life full of happiness and you will always be remembered by mankind. कहते आपको हमेशा ये दुनिया, ये संसार याद रखेगा कि आप इतने दयावान थे. Shivi's wounds disappeared as soon as these words were spoken. He closed his eyes in humble prayer as the gods vanished. Now what happened? Shivi got his body back, his flesh back, with the magic, of the as the gods spoke, and then he just bent down and thanked the gods, and gods disappeared, vanished. Now this was a very nice story which told you about how a king is. Fine, and how he has given his full justice to the falcon. You have to do exercise A1. Try to do it. Every answer is there in the question, in the story. So for example, you have to choose the correct answer over here. King Shivi was famous for his. King Shivi किसके लिए famous थे? His hunting skills, kindness to birds, kindness and good governance. He was famous for kindness and good governance. In return for the pigeon's life, Shivi offered the falcon what? क्या offer किया था शिवी को? शिवी ने 100 gold coins, his kingdom या another pigeon. उन्होंने क्या offer किया था? 100 coins offer किए थे, या फिर उनको kingdom offer किया था, या फिर उन्होंने another pigeon. It was his kingdom, right? The falcon and the pigeon were actually dashed respectively. Indra and Surya, Agni and Varuna, Indra and Agni. कौन थे वो? They were Indra and Agni. Indra and Agni. Say whether true or false. We have to tell it, be true or false. Shivi did not like falcons. No, it is false. The falcon was arguing intelligently. Yes. At the end of the story, the falcon and the pigeon become friends and they flew away together. No. Complete the following analogies with suitable words. What is an analogy? Read these pairs of words. Predator, prey. Cat, mouse. These are what? These are the analogies. Cat is related to mouse as predator is related to prey. This kind of comparison between two pairs of words is called an analogy. Okay? Now complete the following analogies with suitable words. Exercise B1 you have to do. तो अब आपको पता चल गया analogy क्या होता है? They are according to the word you have to think. Like boy is to girl. Fine? As man is to woman. You have to fill man. July is to August, as January is to February. King is to kingdom as. Now you will do this. Do these questions. These are very interesting ones. ठीक है? So just complete this exercise B1 and then you will have to do exercise B2. And you have to write down these things in your notebooks, complete the story, read it thoroughly and try to understand it, because as much as you will read, your reading will improve. And reading is very necessary because English is being used in all the subjects and you have to study it, and reading practice will make reading more easy. and writing also. And that's why you should read in a routine daily. Try to read daily. Read a paragraph, read a story, and tell your parents that yes, I want to, I will tell you a story. Make a story out of your thoughts, your imagination, and try to, make a story and write it down. जहाँ भी गलती होता है, wherever you feel it's a mistake, you take help of your assistant teachers. They will correct your stories, they will tell you where you have gone wrong. Fine. So this was the story for today, and now you people do the exercises, take help of your assistant teachers, and complete the work with the, a drawing over there and the chapter's name, and then writing the exercises and write down the word meanings, which are very necessary. Then only you will understand the meanings of the difficult words. So doing word meaning is very important. And you will learn so nice and beautiful words, and it will improve your vocabulary. So this is a learning process. Try to learn 2 words daily. New 2 words, any words, so then it improves your dictionary of your mind, the vocabulary in your mind. And it's practice made in English, daily routine. Right? So take care and enjoy, and bye.